Hi, I'm Brian Heidelberger, a partner with the law firm of Winston & Strawn in Chicago, and here today with another mini advertising law lesson. Today's law lesson: are you prepared for a data breach? Quick answer: no, you are probably not. Now, if you care about this topic a lot, you probably already listened to our firm's webinar on this topic, where our privacy chair, Lisa Thomas, went into an hour and a half in depth on how to handle this issue. But for those of you with an attention span like a flea, like myself, and can only stand 5 minutes of somebody talking to you, this is for you. So what are we talking about? The big question: is the data we hold sufficiently secure? And as we talked about, the answer is probably no. There are many people out there trying to steal personal data right now. Most of that is coming from company outsiders, doing it by means of hacking, as well as some of these other things like Trojan horses, botnets, phishing, backdoors, keyloggers, all those kinds of things. Now, if you are not understanding what any of those words truly mean, well, that's okay. That means you're a high-level business person. That means you may be a lawyer who doesn't specifically work in this area, and that means you have to bring in IT. Data protection and data security is not the job of one particular person, such as the lawyer or the IT person or the high-level business person. It's all three of those people working together, and you have to make sure that happens. What are the top privacy concerns for the day? Well, it's one, compliance with law and industry standard in this area, as well as securing customer data and making sure it's used appropriately. And why are we concerned about it? Well, it's pretty self-evident. We don't want to get in trouble with regulators. We don't want to spend a lot of money on fines and class actions. And number three, we don't want to damage our own brand, or if we're an agency, the brand of our clients. So what are companies doing? Well, they're rethinking their data security programs. And why? Basically because studies have shown that many breaches are avoidable, and if you avoid it, that's great, because it can amount to millions of dollars in costs, penalties, damages, that kind of things. So what are the 3 steps you need to do to make sure that you are ready for a data breach? Well, number one, assess your current practices. You want to map the data you have. What data do you have, and where is that data? Number 2, what kind of security measures do you have in place? Are they sufficient? Are they industry standard? Number 3, are you compliant with the laws and industry standards as they're written in terms of policies and procedures? Also, you want to make sure that you aren't just considering your electronic files. Many data breaches have happened basically with paper documents, and because of that, these policies and practices that you are assessing, you need to look at both the electronic as well as your paper files. That's critical. So once you've done that and you find some sort of issues that can be corrected, go forward and implement those changes. Make sure you're only collecting information that's truly necessary. You don't want more information than necessary is in your files. You want to make sure that your data, personal information about people, is limited to only those who really need access, that it's encrypted. And you want to have both internal and policies for your vendor that are holding personal information on your behalf. You want to make sure that they have robust passwords, that your policies and your passwords relate to not just their computers, but their laptops as well as their mobile phones. And critically, you want to make sure that there is secure disposal policies of that personal information. Many companies fall down in terms of disposing of the personal information, so you don't want to miss that. You want to conduct some training, not just of your employees, but potentially of your vendors, and you want to conduct audits from time to time of your own systems, as well as those people who are collecting personal information on your behalf. You want to then make sure that you're updating these policies so they're in compliance with the law as well as industry standard, and updating your technologies to make sure that they are the latest and greatest. So once you have implemented those changes, you also want to make sure you're in line with applicable law. You want to have a data protection program plan in place. Now, Massachusetts law requires this. However, even if you're not collecting information from Massachusetts residents, it's really a good idea to have. Generally, it'll help you attest to regulators that you did the right thing in the event of a problem. Now, finally, and maybe most importantly, you want to have a data breach plan. As we discussed, something is going to go wrong sooner or later, and the data breach plan talks about how you are going to react in the event. when a data breach happens, it's really fast, it's really crazy, and you want to make sure you're organized before that time. This plan should address both the practical implications, like how to investigate it, who's on the team, who talks to the media, all that kind of stuff, but as well as the legal requirements, what we have to do, how we notify the regulators, how we notify the customers. All of those things are critical to have, and you want to not only have that plan, but then go forward and have a simulation with all those on the team so you're prepared and have walked through it before a data breach may occur to your company. Now, as we discussed, it's not if, it's when a data breach may occur to your company. So I strongly encourage you to go through this, not just with your IT people, not just with your lawyers, not just with the high-level business executives, but as I said, with all of them. I hope this was helpful today. For more information, go to @BryHeidelberger on Twitter, or for more mini law lessons, go to youtube.com/adage or youtube.com/Brian Heidelberger. And until next time, let's be careful out there.